Hey guys. Okay, so those of you who watch me on a regular basis kind of know that I have a reputation for being a little bit random and a little bit quirky. But even those personality traits of mine couldn't prepare me for what I'm about to tell you guys about. So, today, just a little while ago actually, I'm sitting at my desk and I'm doing, sorting bills and junk mail and stuff like that. And there's a Sam's Club magazine on the desk. See? Okay, for those of you guys who don't have Sam's, I know Sam's Club's like nationwide, but in the United States. But for those of you guys who might not have one, they're like Costco's. Alright? And those of you who are outside of the United States, they're like these warehouse type places where you can buy in bulk. So, it's a magazine and I start flipping through it. And what do I see? I see this. Alright, it's Edward and Bella, right? Twilight. And then I see this price tag. $9,500. And I'm like, what is this? So I start reading. Okay. On November 7th, which was last week, you could have signed in to samsclub.com, and the first person to sign in and put in a credit card that would accept a charge of $9,500, you would have gotten a package. Now, this package includes attending the world premiere of the movie Twilight in LA on November 17th, 2008. That's tonight. That's like right now. Wait. You get to meet the cast, filmmakers, and creators of Twilight. You get to attend the premiere party. You get to go to lunch at a Beverly Hills restaurant. You get travel accommodations for 4, including first-class flights and 2 rooms at a Beverly Hills luxury hotel. And you get limousine transportation to and from the premiere for $9,500. Alright, so the thing is that if you have $9,500, or had last week on November 7th, you could have gone, you could be in LA right now with all of the stars at the premiere of Twilight. Oh, so, okay, that is so exciting. I personally don't have $10,000 laying around, but if I did, I probably would have tried for the samsclub.com. Okay, now here's the thing. I am not usually stunned by randomness, randomosity. But I was stunned at this, and I was kind of like, what? Okay, I didn't understand at first, right? I was like, I mean, did they have like multiple packages to give away? And then I read the little fine print, and it was only the first person whose credit card actually accepted the charge for $9,500, plus taxes and fees and stuff like that. So, and you had to be a Sam's Club card member and blah, blah, blah. So, I mean, wow. But at the same time, like, from Sam's Club? Is anybody else like, what? Look at this. Once in a lifetime package, own the world's ultimate electric supercar. 0 to 60 in 5 seconds. $100,000. From Sam's Club. Once in a lifetime package, speaking role on As the World Turns in New York City and Critics' Choice Awards experience in Los Angeles. $13,500 from Sam's Club. The chance to have met Rob Pattinson, well, all of them, and see the movie. $9,500 from Sam's Club. And then, finally, Mr. Kenny Chesney. $9,900 from Sam's Club. Did anybody else know about this? But, it's 8 o'clock here right now, which means it's 7 o'clock on the East Coast, on the West Coast, which means that people are actually probably, like, in line or already sitting at the premiere of Twilight. Happy Twilight premiere day, all my Twilight lovers. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Hello, again, I'm back. I just went over to our latest obsession and saw that Elle had already started the convo for book 2. And so I felt like my video wasn't long enough about the Sam's Club that I'm like so upset about. So, jeez. So I'm gonna talk about book 2 to make this video a little bit more substantial. Book 2. I mean, you guys, I seriously like felt panic. I was like, what? Oh, okay. If you haven't read book 2, turn me off right now. I'm not talking about like Sam's Club or neutral topics anymore. Okay, so turn it off. I'll give you a sec. Okay. All right. So book 2, right? I said the other day, my order favorites, and book 2 actually came in last. And it's because Edward was gone for a lot of it. I mean, I never even really had my Team Edward or Team Jacob discussion. The only reason I would be Team Jacob is so that the path to Edward would be clear for me, right? Go Jacob, like take that Bella out and like that way I can have Edward. It only makes complete sense. I think Jacob's really, really sweet, and he's funny, and he's good for Bella, and I'm glad that Bella had someone. Did I want that to develop into this whole, like, conflict? I didn't want that. And I already watched Eloise video, so I did the exact same thing that she did. The first time I went through New Moon, I was like, forget this. I was just like skimming. Finally, when I found Edward again, I was like, oh my gosh, you know, everything's gonna be okay. But yeah, I was like, oh my gosh. So afterwards, I read the other 2 books, and I read the series again. And after I realized it's not that it's a bad book. It's not that I hate it. It's just that Edward is missing for so much of it, and he's like such a huge part of the reason that I like the books. And so, you know, the second time I read it, I realized how much I missed, and I was like, wow, I don't remember that happening, you know, because I was like, on a mad dash to find Edward. Now, here's the thing. I know a lot of people were really mad. Like, even if you read on the Stephenie Meyer's website, you know, she says this thing about how characters kind of take on a life of their own, and she writes, even though it might not be what she wants to write, she writes it according to what she feels the characters would do, whether she likes that or not. And the entire time she knew that Edward was going to be gone, she was like, you know, kind of fighting with him, like, please don't do this. And I'm sure a lot of people were doing that, but I mean, that just made, like, a lot of people were mad at him for that. That just made me love him more, because he says, you know, it's a testimony to how much I love you, that I would actually make myself miserable and know that you would go on and find someone else and lead a normal life. You know, he's like, I'm the one that would make the sacrifice, whereas Bella might never make that sacrifice. And so I was like, Edward, you're so perfect. I mean, it hurts, but I mean, he did it for her own good, right? I mean, he thought that, he knows, like, every single thought in his head usually is, you know, that he can't trust himself around her, he can't trust his family around her, he can't trust his, you know, friends or, you know, acquaintances or whatever the other vampires are. She can't live in that world, and he doesn't want to be the one, you know, to take a real normal life away from her. So to me, it's just like so noble, and so, you know, he genuinely, I think, if this was real, I genuinely think that he definitely felt that if he removed himself, she would get over it and move on, and, you know, time would heal the pain and whatever other cliche you want to throw in there. So that's my book 2. Those are my feelings. I wasn't mad at Edward. It made me love him more. But I didn't read it very well because I was so anxious to find him again. Alright guys, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!